Tauruses, Taurus cross watchers, glad you could be here. You know what I mean? I may cuss, but I don't curse. Let's get that situated first. Bars because I'm nice and all that. Videos are on the channel tab, by the way, if you want to hear how nice I am. Plug. All right. What's going on? Taurus and Taurus cross watchers, right? We're about to get into a tarot read. I do want to say a few things before we get deep into it. Things are supposed to be transitioning smoothly for Taurus energy right now. And if it's not at this very moment, it's about to get that way. Now, the thing is this, I feel like you have a lot of options available to you at this time. I feel like you've worked for that, but I'm also feeling that your ability to be smoother, meaning to smile, even flirt a little if you're single and you're looking and stuff like that. But relax a bit, have fun, be social. You know what I mean? Those things with the balancing out of an obligation that you have right now, you know what the obligation is. You know what the obligation is. So it's something that you've been working on that I feel has brought this type of upbeat attitude into your life, of reaching new heights, freedom from restrictions. That is allowing you to come back to this obligation. And I think it's one obligation. Some people multitask, they got different things on their plate. But I feel like y'all are going after one particular thing right now, and it's feeling good. You feel like nothing can hold you back. You feel like this is a higher level of achievement for you. And, something that just makes you feel wonderful, capable, all of the great things. And you have a creative vibe with you that's just it's a carefree expression. It's like you're gliding. And I get all of this because I had a dream about flying. And I knew how to bring it into the Taurus reading because I seen someone who was a Taurus in my dream. They was in a park. Now, the dream of a public park represents feelings about comfortable, open experiences or opportunities that are shared with others. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm saying be congenial, be open to be social, be friendly. I got a feeling y'all are like that, but y'all are doing it with the right people. And it makes it feel that much better. That you're actually getting along with people. You know what I mean? People are not worried about things people are not taking everything so serious. And the thing that you are taking serious is that obligation in your life that I'm talking about. Now, some of y'all also could feel like you're not allowing yourself to enjoy a moment that is a moment of joy. It should be celebrated. It should be enjoyed at least, right? Maybe you ain't trying to break the bank. You said you wasn't drinking last time. You was hugging the porcelain goddess and all that. You know what I mean? The porcelain god. You like, nah. And that's why. Okay. Well, find another way. Find another way. Because if it makes you feel like a negatron, if it makes you feel pessimistic, the sign is pessimistic anyway. It's a negative sign. Get out of that. You don't got to be that way. It's also the sign of beauty. Come on, knock it off. Cut it out. All right? So I feel like that's where y'all at. And the balance, though. You're not forgetting the balance. Venus rules over Taurus. Do not forget the balance, y'all. Very important. The balance is very important. All right, so we're going to... Jesus Christ. This is the card. This is the situation I am for the Taurus energy. We have began. Earth's heart. Fantastic. We have Earth's heart out here. What else, Spirit? What is Taurus feeling about the Earth's heart situation out here? What is Taurus feeling? What do we have here? Darkening. Ooh. Like that. What else do we have? What else, Spirit? What else? What is the factor to consider regarding this Taurian energy? Flying out. The void. Okay. I don't know why. I feel like I'm taking this card too, the Wise Sort. I usually don't do this, but I'm being called to put that card on top of the Void. So here we go. Okay, the Earth's Heart. Amidst our phenomenal scientific pursuits, we have yet to journey to the core of the Earth. We can only suppose what is there, such as the mystery of the Covering Terror card. It is related to the archetypal image of the cave in the fourth chakra located at the heart. This card appears when there is something blossoming deep within that requires our attention, our tending to. It could be a new love, a way of serving others, or an offering to the planet and its resources. In alchemical text, Covering Terror roughly translates to Earth is the true heart. The journey of discovery will take you through many layers, slowly revealing her gifts. This is proof of Earth longing to provide, to teach. You've already felt the pulse of the Earth's heart. Now it's time to listen, to be a student of her wisdom. Taurus is an earth sign, right? Mother Earth. I get Empress vibes here. I get, the listening to the pulse, right? Sometimes when you walk in nature, you can see the pulse. You can feel the rhythms through the breeze. You can hear the birds chirping. You can tap in that type of way and know that this is the planet that you're supposed to be on. This is the planet for you, right? It fits like a glove when you can tap into this. And this is what the situation at hand is right now. And this is why I'm telling you even more of a reason to where if you're doing something good right now, it should be celebrated. Because if not, then it means that there's a blockage. Perhaps you're not grounding. Perhaps you don't get enough, perhaps you don't have enough of Earth's resources available to you at your grasp. Perhaps it's diet. Perhaps it pertains to too much preservatives, trans fat oils, stuff like that. Yeah, these things can get in the way and conflict with how, you see, with the bodies, with the human anatomy, sometimes our diet, if not careful, they interfere, what we ingest interferes with how the organs and the capillaries converse with each other in our bodies. Alright? What happens as an offset of that is we communicate with other human beings in a way that is blocked and interfered. So you may be getting too irritated in mere simple conversations that doesn't even warrant that type of reaction. You get what I'm saying? And for those of you who are struggling to feel this type of celebration that should be taking place because of the work that you are putting in, this could probably be the reason why. But for those of you who are gliding across, like I said, I dreamt of flying. For those of you who are gliding throughout this motherfucker and just doing y'all thing, kudos to y'all. Continue being like that, because it's just a show that you are representing Earth to the fullest and you have something to present. And again, it goes back to that obligation that I'm talking about, which you are balancing out. But let's get to how you are feeling about the situation. In alchemy, darkness is an achievement. It indicates the material has been through a significant occurrence, sometimes called an initiatory experience. Yeah, I said an initiatory experience that has brought it into a state of readiness for the work. The darkness prepares us. We've moved beyond the small talk and chit-chat of the upper world and descended into the psychic layers of the soul. We admit who we are fully and bravely, and thus open ourselves to the process of transformation. You see what I'm saying? Bars. When this card appears, it's not necessary to delve into what brought you here. The initiation, likely by fire, that has caused the embers to char. Rather, it's time to heal, and darkness is the remedy. Closing your eyes is a voluntary expression of darkening. By practicing it daily, we drop into the depths and surrender. As the alchemist's eye adjusts, transformation begins. So you feel what I'm talking about. You feel like you know that you've worked on something. You deserve to be here. You deserve to be at this point in your life. You know? And it's not about what sparked it, as the definition says. It's about being at this particular place. And they also said something about the heart, right? Descending into the psychic layers of the heart. And the earth's heart is the situation at hand, right? It's about feeling that pulse. It's about feeling alive, knowing you're alive. At that, knowing you're alive, but also knowing that you can rest. You can rest in what you've accomplished, what you've accumulated. Small talk, that part is done. Like, that was the initial phase. You know what I mean? You know who you are now. You're speaking to not only to the heart, your personal heart is in resonance with the heart of the earth. Right? So what is it? Maybe it's the core of the earth. But like I said, it's those things that you find in nature when you walk by each day. Even if you inside, you got your little coffee mug and you're sitting at the windowsill and you just hear the birds chirping. The other day, I woke up to 2 hummingbirds. I guess trying to get it in on my air conditioner. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were just right there, like flapping in the air, like going at it with each other. You know what I mean? Shit woke me up out of my sleep, but it was time to get up anyway. It was like an alarm clock, like, yo, probably showing me something else. So this could be a significant other, as it mentioned as well. You know what I'm saying? This could be new love. But it's definitely dealing with the heart chakra. This is all good vibes, yo. This whole reading so far is good vibes. We're going to get to the void, though. And I don't think there's anything that you should... Because, look, to go from the darkening into the void, it just makes total sense to me. The void is a mystical riddle in and of itself. It cannot be understood by means of alchemy, chemistry, science, or spirituality. It astounds the most adept seeker and humbles the philosopher. From the depths of nothingness, all feelings and possibilities are birthed. Behind the curtain of our material world, the power of eternal spaciousness is at work. This card may appear at a time when something has been released, a relationship, a possession, a title, but the void is much bigger than any worldly entity. When an alchemist approaches the void, destiny shifts in the darkness. Like magnets, you are drawn to it as it is drawn towards you. Meditation is critical at this time. Just sit and breathe, surrender to the vastness. There is an electricity between you and the void that is sacred and timeless. From its center, everything is born. Right? So we go from the darkening to the void, meaning it's getting dark, and then it's just total black. You see this card. It's something like nothingness, something that the human mind can't conceive. You can't conceive, you don't know what nothingness is, because we're something. We exist. Even when you try to imagine what it is, it's nothing. Like, how can you when just to imagine is something that exists? It's a conundrum, right? But this is also gives me more of a reason to think about the flying in the dream. Also, this is what I left out. Some of you may be about to reach a place of notoriety, more recognition and status, based upon that obligation that I was talking about that you're doing. And I'm feeling that it's even more of a reason for you to rest and meditate and take the time out to, do those self-care things and listen to the pulse that we were talking about, because you're going to get downloads from that type of vibe, that type of frequency. It's going to take care of you. It's going to nurse you in those times. It's like, to whom much is given, much is tested, and much responsibility is given to people who get the opportunity to be more recognized for something that they're obligated to do. So you may think, and this can come from watching family members, I'm feeling, people that did it before you, you may think it's going to get 10 times harder or 10 times more work is going to be involved with this transition and that's happening to you and for you. But I'm picking up like, nah, that's not the case. It's actually going to get simpler for you. It's going to get easier for you. This is the type of wealth that's attached to health. You get it? So all of the tools of technology at your disposal and stuff like that, like you can have an AI assistant do 30% of your workload is what I'm picking up on. You ain't got to worry about people not being hired, because I'm feeling like you got yourself into this, like you got yourself out of a jam. So it's just like, you're not hurting nobody. That's for some of y'all, I guess, that just came out of nowhere. But I do want to talk about this wise salt as well. Wise salt. Where's the wise salt? Wise salt is the sacred ingredient of preservation. In due time and with due experience, the alchemist slowly develops these granules of wisdom that can someday be passed to another. Salt retains and preserves and absorbs. It does. It brings complexity to flavors and grit to slippery roads. Such is the magic of sal sapiente. Someone who carries wise salt is immediately recognizable. See what I'm saying about the recognition and all that? See? You see? Their words hold meaning. Their stories are deep and true. They have wisdom that cannot be attained by any other means than decades of pain and pleasure. You may experience wise salt through the elders of the community. When this card appears, know that everything you are going through will be of use down the line. Alchemically, you are being brined. Preserve what you can, let go of the rest, and lean heavily on your elders. Deep with the ancestors. So if you're channeling, if you meditate and you contact the ancestors, you know this message is for you. I'm feeling. And it's true. Salt is the first refrigerator. So if we go back to times when, and this is on top of the void, right? It was already talking about surrender, letting go. This is actually where things begin out of nothingness. But you come out seasoned. You come out of the void seasoned. And it's like, historically, salt was used on the meats to preserve the meats. And we'll bury the meats like in a cave, like a little, you know what I mean? With the salt to preserve them so that they can last longer. You could survive through the harsh winters and stuff like that. True story. I'm not even bullshitting. So I'm picking up that with the wise salt as well. That's a wise thing to do, right? Also, and then the ancestors did this. Some still do this to this day. Sprinkle salt in front of the door, in front of the doorway. Bars are nice. And it protects you. It's a protective thing. The person don't belong there, they're not going to walk over that threshold. The salt won't let them. So, you know, it's like salt goes a long way. Salt is magical. Salt is magical. So, this lets you know that you're also progressing in life. Alright? This is a beautiful reading, yo. I feel the whole vibe in and out. Pause, that's crazy. But I do. The frequency is right with this. It took me 3 days to even do this reading. Because I wanted to be slow and gradual about it, like Taurus is, you know what I mean? But I also felt like there's a lot of wealth attached to this reading. I knew it when I seen the whole flying and then the skateboards and the parks and the standing there, and I'm just like, yo. The ending of Taurus season was occurring when I had these dreams as well. So I'm like, okay, at the height of Taurus season is when I finally get the download in the dreams to actually do y'all reading. Bars are nice. And it made a lot of sense to me. Because I was on the prowl looking like, yo, what's up with the Taurus reading? No Taurus reading? All right. I ain't going to do one if I don't see it. You know what I mean? But it finally came. Pause, because that's crazy too. But anyway, if you want to hear the extended, if you want to hear like details about this, I'm going to start pulling some tarot cards. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull one card now to set the energy off for the theme. I'm going to use one of my old decks, one of my first original decks. Shout out to the person who bought me this too, because this was like the first deck that I ever got. And like, I guess I did some practice readings. I was still not trying to do tarot, y'all. I'm just keeping it a bean. I'm just like, okay, great gift. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the person. Did I say that right? Shout out to the person who got me this deck, right? But I still wasn't sold. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to be doing tarot. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But looky, here I am. So Spirit, let's give some insight into the Taurus reading, the Taurus collective, to the Taurus people, to the Taurus cross watchers included. Yo, welcome. This is it right here. This is the theme. It's going to set it off. What's that? The Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. Good news. This is good news. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no amateur shit, excuse me. It's the Page of Wands, but this is good news. Look. This is good news from a person who can communicate well. All right? And when I say well, I mean well. The synapses are going to be firing. They're going to feel confident when they speak to you. The connection is going to feel like, man, they know exactly what they're talking about. But not only that, they know exactly what I needed to hear right now. And I'm so glad they came on the scene like that. This is a very vibrant, youthful, young type energy. I don't care if they're 65 and up. They coming through knowing what they're talking about. This is heaven sent. This is happy stuff. They can even give you a few tips on how to get more in tune with your heart. See all that earth and that green back there? They got techniques on how to ground and all of that chakra stuff for you, in case that's what you're interested in. Or if that's not something that you routinely do, you can actually confide in this person to give you some tips. They know how to do it. But if that's enough for y'all, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But for those of y'all who want to get the extra, the deets, the tea and all that, I'm going to be pulling tarot cards now to get more details on what it is that we're dealing with here. You heard? So until next time, I'm out.